Hey guys, how you doing? I hope you're having a great day. This is Keon Cornef, also known as Mr. Finance, and I just want to come by here and just have a quick little money talk with you guys. One of the things that I wanted to come here and I want to talk to you guys real quick, but I also want to thank you. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for all the shares. Thank you for always tuning in. Thank you for just always being involved with the movement. This movement is gonna pretty much break down finance. If you keep following the movement, you set up your appointments, you sit down with us, myself or any one of my licensed financial professionals. Guys, I'm telling you, the information is powerful. One of the things that, if you even want me to break it down, finance as a whole and how to put together your own finances is very easy. It's just a matter of that you got to understand the fundamentals. And when you start with the fundamentals, you got to understand the foundation. See, if you don't put together proper protection on your life, your health, or disability, then if God forbid something happens to you, if you die prematurely, you won't have enough money to leave behind for your family. Right? If something happens to you with health or disability, you need to have long-term care in place, right? Or you need at least access to money if you have any critical illness, chronic, right? Or things like that. Then you got to make sure that you start managing your debt, right? After you put protection in place, you got to manage your debt. Once you start managing your debt and get rid of all those liabilities, because liabilities take money from you, all right? You want something that's an asset that brings money to you. Then after that, you got to put an emergency fund in place, right? You got to put an emergency fund. So after you put an emergency fund in place, you need to save up at least 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months of your income. That's how much you have to save. 3 to 6 months of your income in place. So if God forbid you lose your job, you got to make a major repair or stuff like that. Then after you put together an emergency fund, then you could go and invest. And when you invest in your money, you got to know where to put your money. You got to invest your money and think about for the long haul. Don't be one of those emotional investors. But those for the folks that invest in all the wrong places. But there's places where you can invest your money. You don't have to worry about if you're going to lose your money. You don't have to worry about if the market goes down. But one of the things that you got to understand is you got to learn the wealth formula. Because once you understand the wealth formula, you know how to make money work for you. Because you see, it takes your money to give it some time. You got to give your money time. And once you give your money time, you got to find where you can get the best rate of return on your money, which is compounded interest. And then you got to take in consideration that inflation and tax is going to minus some of that wealth. That's the wealth formula. So when you think about it, you got to have money. You got to give your money time. Then you got to give yourself the right type of rate of return or interest earning potential on your money to keep up with inflation and taxes. Whatever is left over after that is what you call wealth. So the way you do that and how you prepare yourself, how much money do you need to be saving? You need to be saving at least 5 to 10%, 15% or more. You got to treat it like a bill that you must pay and pay it first. Because if you was able to put away $10 a day, $300 a month, and get just 8% interest on that money in 30 years, you'd have $447,000+. What if you was able to save $20 a day? You do that for 30 years and get the same type of 8% interest on your money. That means your money will grow to $894,000+ over a 30-year period. So that's a big deal. Because if you don't do that, you got to take in consideration that inflation average right now. The average inflation rate, from 1914 to 2014, the average inflation rate is at 3.5%. All right? No, 3.32%. 3.32% is where the average inflation rate is at since 2014 to from 1914 to 2014. And then you got to take in consideration this. Now that you understand the inflation, think about this. Imagine if you, at today's current rate, right? If you wanted to retire and you wanted $4,000 to come in as a monthly income, did you know that 20 years from now, at an average inflation rate of 3%, you would need to have $7,224 in order to have the same type of buying power 20 years from now in today's value of the 4,000? You see, these are things that we have to understand. And if we don't understand them, then how can we win? So one of the biggest things that we also teach you and educate you that if you understand taxes, you know where to put your money. Because there's 3 ways your money get taxed when you need it. Your money get taxed now, which is in your checking, savings, CDs, stocks, and mutual funds. And then your money get taxed later within your 401k, 403bs, IRA, SEP IRAs, and annuities and pensions. Then your money get taxed advantages. Tax advantages is in your Roth, 529, college savings plan, municipal bonds, health savings account, life insurance, and long-term care. Now, what does it mean? 85% of the population put their money in tax now vehicles, which means that the money is taxable. You got to report and pay taxes on the money. Any dividends that is growing within a CD, or stocks, or mutual funds, you have to report and pay taxes on that. And then you think about the tax later bracket, which is also known as tax deferred. Tax deferred really means that the money you put in is pre-tax money. And this pre-tax money is money that you didn't even pay taxes on it yet, but you're definitely going to pay taxes on when you start withdrawing the money. If you take the money out at 59.5, you'll be taxed as ordinary income. If you take it out before you're 59.5, they're going to penalize you 10%. And also, in addition, you're going to pay taxes. Also, you can't keep your money there forever. You must start withdrawing this when you reach 70.5, or you're going to pay a 50% penalty because you failed to take out the required minimum distribution. Do you understand? Then you have tax advantages, also known the way you get tax exempt. The reason why it's tax exempt is because when you put it in, you already pay taxes on it going in. But when you need it, when it's time to withdraw the money, you won't be paying taxes on it when you withdraw it. All withdrawals are tax exempt. This is the power that you guys need to learn and understand, because this is what we're teaching people in our workshops. See, there's two major things. That's two different things about when you think about the fact that Retirement comes into it's broken down into two different categories. It's either a defined benefit or a defined contribution. Now, a defined benefit plan is also known as a traditional pension. And a traditional pension will pay you until you die. It's based upon your salary level and the amount of years that you work at a company. Now, most of the times, the reason why most companies don't offer this is because it's very expensive. People are living too long. So then, due to a guy named Ted Benner, who discovered the tax code 400, and then they were able to implement what's called the 401k. This was actually implemented in 1981 into a bank in Pennsylvania. That's where he implemented the first 401k plan. And this is also known as defined contribution. Now, defined contribution is known as the IRS tax code 401k, 403bs, or 457s, and so on. Also, the reason why they call defined contributions is because you definitely know how much you put in it, but you won't know what you may get due to the market fluctuation, because the market goes up and down. All right. So defined benefit, you know exactly what you're going to get. That's a pension. Defined contribution, you know how much you put in, but you won't know what you may get. So these are things that you got to know, you got to understand. All right. Here's another thing that you didn't know. Did you know that life insurance get a lot of favorable tax advantages? Did you know that you get tax-free death benefit, which means that if something was to happen to you, the entire death benefit, including whatever cash value accumulates in the policy, that goes to your family tax-free, and you don't have to worry about probate? Then did you know that you also get tax-deferred earnings, which means that you do not pay taxes on the gains in the policy? Did you also know that you get tax-free withdrawals, and you also get tax-free loans? These are very important things. You see, as long as you stay within the IRS guidelines, right, you can enjoy a lot of these perks that comes in life insurance. Did you know that? So now you think about that. Think about how much you just learned, and think about how much more could you learn. Come down to the Financial Center. Reach out to me. Let's sit down. Let's have a money talk. My name is Keon Corniff. Always remember that you're one decision away from changing your future for the better or for the worse. But the choice is always yours. Remember to call me at 973-873-5977. I look forward to talking to you, and I look forward to giving you this money talk. All right? Talk to you soon. Have a great day. Love you guys. Remember, like and share. Hit that button. Don't be a hater. Like and share if this was good information. All right? Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.